to another video on my channel. Hope everyone's doing good. I hope everyone is doing well. The Chan is well and truly underway, as we saw with that opening game between Algeria and Libya, and that opening ceremony as well. What a brilliant spectacle that opening game was. Algeria getting off the mark with a clean sheet, a goal and 3 points in the opening game of Chan 2022 being played in the first month of 2023. So our second game, our next match of the tournament, and hopefully inshallah our first of many games, is Algeria against Ethiopia, taking place on Tuesday evening. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock in the UK, 8 o'clock kickoff time in Algeria, so the same time as the opening game last Friday. Now, of course, we have 3 points on the board. Libya have no points on the board because they lost their opening game. Ethiopia took on Mozambique in the Nelson Mandela Stadium on Saturday, and that game finished 0-0, so a point apiece, and actually a really good result for Algeria, because if Algeria beat Ethiopia in this game, we will be through to the quarterfinals of the Chan with one game to spare. Well, Bulgaria could even change it in that last game against Mozambique and even rest a few if he chose to. So of course we'll be looking to win this game. Now Ethiopia, again, some of their squad actually have played for the main Ethiopian national team as well, and were a part of the squad in the previous Africa Cup of Nations. So they are not a team to be messed around with. And if you watched the recent AFCON, you would have seen that Ethiopia gave Cameroon a pretty good game, despite what the final scoreline suggested, and they were actually in control of that game in the early stages. So it's not going to be a walkover, but I would say they're not as good as Libya in my opinion. I think they should be fighting with Libya for that second spot. But if Ethiopia have failed to beat Mozambique, with respect to Mozambique and with respect to Ethiopia, then Algeria should be expecting to comfortably win that game. Now I know it's very different for these sides. You saw how packed out it was, a sellout for the Algeria-Libya game when Ethiopia took on Mozambique in the afternoon on Saturday in the same stadium in Baraki, in that Nelson Mandela Stadium. It was pretty much almost empty. You could hear some of the players and the manager shouting and some of the coaching staff talking. You could hear a pin drop really inside that stadium. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Ethiopians now have to deal with a very hostile home Algerian atmosphere. So I expect Algeria to make the most of it. Bulgaria spoke about how there was a lot of pressure on the Algerian players, and the majority of these Algerian players have never played in front of crowds that big. And when you compare a lot of them in the Algerian league, maybe a few that have played in national team squads like the captain Abdellaoui, but very rarely have the majority of that squad played in front of 40,000 people. It's really a big step up, but now they've already had it. They know what the pitch is like. They've got a feel of the tournament ball. They should be only looking to build and improve on this opening game. So I think Algeria are actually going to beat Ethiopia by 3-0, and then Ethiopia are going to have to get something in their final game against Libya if they want any hope of advancing. So of course Mahious and Debih came off injured for Algeria in that first game. We hope they're going to be fit enough for the second game. Mahious is going to be an important player, particularly in the latter stages of this tournament. But there's some players I really didn't like, particularly in those attacking areas. I think the keeper was good, the defence was good. Abdellaoui at centre-back worked fine for me with Belkhatir and Laouafi as the full-backs. I think Kendusi and Mrzig played very well in the centre of the park. I think Mezien's good. I hope to see Mahious. He might go with Aribi if there are a couple of attackers injured. I'm not a fan of Karim Aribi, but again, like I said in the last game, I'm very happy for Karim Aribi to prove me wrong. I just haven't seen anything to suggest he's a good enough striker at this level, but he could go and bang a hat-trick and silence the haters, so we'll have to wait and see. But hopefully, inshallah, Algeria can get this victory and make the people happy and advance to the quarterfinals of the competition where the real tests start. But it's good to see the tournament kicking off and games taking place in other cities, in Anerba, in Oran, in Constantine. So great to see such a vibrant, beautiful tournament taking place in Algeria. We just want it to be a huge success. And we know the CAF president likes how the tournament's gone in Algeria so far. He was at the opening game. Let's hope we can host the AFCON in 2025 on the back of it. So Algeria, Ethiopia, Tuesday evening kickoff at 8 o'clock Algeria time. Going to be a packed out stadium again, I reckon. I know a lot of people maybe went to that opening game for the opening ceremony and to see what Baraki was like for the first time, but as Bulgaria wins more games, there's going to be more and more interest in this competition going forward. So back to Baraki again Hopefully going to be a nice sellout and hopefully 2 wins out of 2. Let me know your thoughts in this game in the comments down below. Thanks for watching and subscribe for more. I'll see you next time.